Okay, we are live. Good. So I think basically everything I need to show up is showing up there. So I'm going to do a little work on my handle material today. So got the holes drilled. Got my brass rod, which will fit through here. And it seems just about sturdy enough. So what I need to figure out is how much length do I want. So we will cut a little more than what I actually need. And I have a drumming tool to do that. So that's kind of something new. Thanks for joining in. So here's all my tools. And then what I'm also going to do is once I get it glued, then I will draw what I'm going to make the handle look like. It'll be a simple handle. Nothing wrong with that. So now I got to figure out which one are the metal cutting blades, which I believe are these. Maybe not. So I'm trying to learn the process here. And it'd probably help if I pull out the manual. Never really used one of these before. So this might be a good start. Looks pretty easy. I've got these blades to cut with. But what I need is, that looks like a little bit of a shield. Well, as I go through all these things, I try to figure out what is what. These little blades. What I need to find out is what is the main connector. This is probably something I should have dumped out earlier. Trying to figure out. Oh, you gotta find something that will. Huh. Well, that's interesting. I think I found it. Oh. Aha. Did find it. I think I found it. Nope. So I probably should have tried to figure out this little apparatus before I started this process here. Now I have other ways of cutting things, but it'll require me going down to the basement to do it. There's nothing wrong with that either. Let's see if this does a trick. Alrighty, my first piece cut, and it's long enough. Wanted to make sure that was the case. So ours are going to be the ones that are mostly going to be holding everything in place. Hey Nancy, how we doing? So, trying to find a thing that would lock this in a little bit better, but all right, so we want at least the same length. I'll cut it from the other side. And that way I only have one rough side. And this is why you wear safety glasses. So now I have the 2 pins. And I marked them where I want them. So the next thing I do, I'm going to cut out this piece of leather. I'm trying to make sure I get it right in the middle. And I did some sort of eyeball measurements on it. And I don't have to be 100% accurate on it, but being close would be nice. Now my cutting board is made out of granite, and I rarely use it for my kitchen knives because granite will weaken them. But this is just a beat up knife I have here, so I don't really care. All right, almost coming through. Got a little bit more to do. While I'm working on this, I'll pause the video over here. And I see I'm getting closer. There we go. The only thing is to be kind of patient about it. When you get impatient, then that's when you start just tearing it up. Like I said, it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be close. Now we'll see if we can get it on there. Go Gadget Knife. There we go. Hey Ray, how we doing? So, all right. It has to be made a little bit bigger on both sides. And here's where a file comes in handy. Because it's soft material. You can kind of make it wide quickly without possibly having to cut it. Not quite, because where a razor blade would really come in handy, which I might have. I'm kicking around. Piece of gravel. used to have razor blades. Yeah, I used to have a lot of things. So, can get one of the kitchen knives out. Paring knives are usually a lot sharper. Alrighty. Okay, a little bit more. This is where the patience comes in. Rake some leaves into the veggie garden for the winter. Good idea. Give you a lot of compost, keep the soil soft. All sorts of benefits there. Hey, dude. Well, this is the patience part of it. You have to be patient, which is usually not my strong suit, but I'm trying to get better at it. There we go. So the leather piece is there to keep it tight against here. So that's what that's for. So I got the leather piece in there now, and that's going to keep the guard in nice and tight. So the next thing is to kind of do a pre-fit of the handle before I pin it. Which will be interesting project. And I think I'm going to need the pommel to kind of force it in close enough. So that's the advantage of having the pommel threaded, is it allows me to have a little hammer. And I'm trying to get an idea of just what it's going to look like. So, main thing will be to get the pins to go in. And you want to try this before you do all the other fancy stuff. So I've got about a quarter of an inch, maybe an eighth of an inch. I need to move it forward. But first of all, I'm going to try to turn it this way. Doesn't seem to do much better. So I just got a little bit I got to take off it. And it looks like it's got to be taken off of that side. So what I'll do is I'll go and do some grinding. And I'll be right back. So I'm going to go downstairs and grind for just a few minutes. All right, let's hope we got close. That's all I'm trying to do at this point is get close. Yeah, that looks close. So I think I can pretty close. All right, just a tad more and I'll be there. Yes, a little bit longer. At least I know I'm heading in the right direction. So I'll be back one more time. Let me catch up on the comments. Yeah, there we go. The debt clock, no, you don't want to. All right, this should do it. This should do the trick. And I want to make sure I get these tapped in before I try to glue anything. Oh, I tell you. There's one partially in. Okay, now I know what I need to do. I need another piece of leather to push it in closer. It should be a little bit easier to cut out. There we go. And I just need a hole right there in the middle. Almost there. All right. I just need to thread it in there. Detroit Canyon. All right. And the papa. There we go. One pin. Two pins. Now, the trick is where I pour the glue in. So you want to make sure the pins are sticking through. Then I got this big C-clamp. Now I'll use to clamp it tight. Now, first of all, I want to make sure it's tight. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the glue right in through the top piece and then re-screw it in. So I can take this piece back off. And the plan is can I just put all that glue in there? Or do I have to take it apart again, glue it, and then try to put it back together? The best way would be to pour a lot of glue in there, clamp it, repin it, and then do that. That would be the right way of doing it. And we probably want to do the right way. I don't think I'm going to get enough glue down there. And if you ever watch Forged in Fire, every time they go to take a shortcut, it turns out poorly for them. Well, first of all, I'm going to get off this sweatshirt. I am dying in here. It's too warm. Gotta put on something a little bit lighter. Better. That sweatshirt was just too much. So, probably the best thing I do is just pull the top piece off the pins. And let me try to get something that'll help balance the knife. So, there we go. So here comes the real trick. Is load this up, let it on there, load this up, put it on top, and retighten it. So I bought two things of the epoxy, just in case I messed the first one up. So first of all, what are we going to do? Tang might be too thick. It's a thick tang. All right, directions. Harmful will swell, no kidding. Snap off storage cap on the front of the syringe, plush plungered evenly to measure out equal amounts from each tube. Mix thoroughly, apply on cap. Indoor use only, yep, okay. All right, so we snap off. All right. There we go. So we want a generous amount. You want to mix it. I think it takes about 15 minutes to set up. So now here's where you gotta be careful. Because I can't tell you how many times that it got broke this way in those Forged in Fire episodes. It was more than once. All right, come on. All righty. So now, we got that setting. Put my piece of leather back in there. And my pummel. The nice thing about the pummel is it can be removed. Let's see something. Numerous times. So, I think I have enough epoxy in there. So I'm pretty happy with that. Better clean this off. Everything else should be able to grind out. So, hey! See if I can get this rinsed off without water. And place this somewhere where it won't glue to what I place it on. Looks pretty solid. It will take a lot of sanding to get this formed correctly. But hopefully when I'm done, it'll look pretty good. So, I'm just going to set that right there. Wash my hands before the epoxy sets. Gloves would have been probably a good idea. it doesn't rinse off, well then, I wasn't using this anyway. So I'll be using it as my glue board from now on. Oh, we got that. That's it, Mrs. Worm. How we doing? So now we'll let that set, so we can pause the video. Once I figure out the ins and outs of the Drennan tool, life will probably get a little bit easier. Can't guarantee it, but there's a possibility it will. So probably this is where I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to let this basically dry pretty much all day. I know it's about 15 minutes it'll be set, but I'm not in a hurry. I got other things I got to do. So everything so far is probably working out about where I thought it would. The true test will be when I grind everything down, how well it will hold together. That will be the true test. Let's see if we can bring the star of the show in. I know. Let's say hi to Miss Worm. Let's say hello to Miss Worm. Say hello. Here's the star of our show, Binks the Ninja Cat. And she's a good hunter. And she was missing us while we were in Arizona. So she's been kind of cleany than usual. So remember, we got a new thing going on. You should see it in the description. You can buy me a protein shake. You can use the PayPal link, or you can do it in Super Chat. PayPal, I won't have to split it with anybody. Or if you want to do it for Binks's treat, just put a note. That's kind of a new thing. A lot of these people have, buy me a coffee. Well, I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I have a protein shake every morning. Yeah, don't you? Well, you're hanging on for dear life, aren't you? I got you. Say hello to everybody. There you go. Say hello. Put you back in your chair. And I did bring her kitty house in. She's a good hunter. She was a feral cat. Now she's our cat. Go figure. Now to try to put all this stuff back in where it came. What are the chances? There's the buffing wheels, all sorts of doodads. Yeah, I got to figure out what the heck they're for. Because as of right now, I don't know, but I did get a cutting wheel that worked. So that was good. And a lot of these little sanding things will be used for the fine tuning. I should be able to do the big lion's share version of it. With the big belt sander, and then I'll use this to get in close and personal somehow. Shut, kind of. There we go. Ta-da! So the first tool worked. There was much rejoicing. To be honest with you, I'm surprised that it did. What are the chances I'll get this to close? I don't know about you, but I'm never really good about that. Getting them back in to close the way they're supposed to. Well, come on. There we go. So pretty happy with it so far. Ooh, better not leave it on here. There we go. That should work. And I'm glad I got the second one. Tube on it. So let me see ones that say it, how long it takes. Strongest hold, extended work time. "30 minutes handling time, 8 to 12 hours cure." So we are going to let it cure. There's no need, I'm not racing the clock. There's no need for me to have to hurry on this. So I'll take my time on that and let it cure for a day. And then tomorrow, we'll see about taking this big lump of lumber and making it into a handle. So I'll leave it here for about an hour or so. And we'll see how that goes. So, got that there, got that there. Virginia, Bushcaptor, hello. All right, come on. There we go. We disconnect the big TV. And I'll be right back. It's nice to know that the product is doing what it's supposed to be doing. So I got another one for when I have another project, which will probably be next month. This one's still going to take a couple weeks. Time I get it where I absolutely want it. So let's see where we're at. 10:42. I am going to be working this weekend, which I'm not too happy about, but it is what it is. Miss Worm, if you haven't subscribed to her channel, you should. She's pretty close to getting monetized, so that would be a good thing. I did put a kind of a rant on my second channel, which is the McBean's Farms Prepping and Wildlife. It's also current events, where I'm talking about the tragedy that happened in Maine. And 997. All righty, come on, let's get Miss Worm to 1,000. If you haven't subscribed, you should. She has an awesome narrating voice, and she narrates some scary stories that are very enjoyable to listen to. So I would highly recommend. Go ahead and put your link up there, Miss Worm. See if we can get you a couple more subscribers. And then remember, in chat, you can let me see if I can do this again. Or if I can get the clipboard. Doesn't look like I can do the clipboard. That'll be awesome. It comes out on January 14th in hardback. I think you can already get it on Kindle. And that's if you want to buy me a protein shake, kind of something new I'm doing. I see everybody else does it. Buy me a coffee. I'm not a big coffee drinker. I do drink it from time to time, but not consistently. But I do have a protein shake with bananas and eggs every morning. So this is kind of a fun way to have some fun with the channel. It is, and she published it herself. So she did all the work. She had her younger sister, do some of the illustrations in the book, and then she did have someone else do the cover for her, and she did some illustrations. They're very talented, and I can't wait to get my signed copy so I can read it. And then probably once I hit 10,000 subs, which I'm about 275 away. 276 away from 10,000, and I'll have a giveaway, and the book will be on the giveaways. I think you can order it on Kindle on Amazon now. Yeah, I think you can already do that. Don't quote me on it, but I think you can get it on Kindle. Just takes longer for it to be published. I'll have to triple check on that. So I thank everybody for coming in and watching this old knife. I figured I'd do a live stream on it for once. I did record it, but I don't know if I'm going to post it or not, maybe on my other channel. And if you want to hear about my take on the what's going on in Maine, go to my McBean Farms and Prepping and Wildlife channel. And I uploaded that video last night on my way home from work. Unfortunately, I called a similar type event 2 weeks ago. On one of my other rants that I put on that channel, I said, it's just been too quiet for the Democratic Party. And they'll be, me too, almost will be an anticlimax. I did some research on that knife of my dad's. The company, I think, started in 1901. I think that knife was produced somewhere in the 30s and 50s. So I can't narrow it any older or younger than that. But probably about 70 to 80 years old. So I was happy about that one. It's not the shipping is not as bad as you would think if you ship it the right way and catch the right person. I know when I sent the T-shirt, it wasn't too bad, and the coffee mug wasn't too bad. I let the daughter handle that from the ST shop. Then I asked her to put that water coolie back on, on the ST shop. I don't know if she's done it yet or not. It's not her main focus. She's already working on her second book. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about it too. I think tomorrow I can draw the outline on it and start sanding it into shape. But yeah, I'm gonna let that cure for a whole day. And then hopefully the handle will be sturdy. I think it will. Oh yeah, if Batman wasn't going to do it, I was going to do it. Make sure that you get a good copy. And whoever got that free water mug on the bus, you better subscribe to my channel, damn it. So once again, Ray, it was great meeting you in Arizona. We'll have to do that again. Next time we go there, we're going to go a little bit longer. Because next year, I think I'll be able to utilize my time a little more concentrated on things that the wife and I want to do. We took a lot of days basically going to places that we probably could have not went to. We'll leave it at that. But Arizona will definitely be a stop because that's where my grandson is. Yeah, probably linseed oil. I don't know if I'm going to stain it or not. I was thinking about doing a stain and then linseed oil. I might even do a little flame on it to darken the grain on it. But I don't know if I'm going to do a stain. It might just be linseed oil. Might be fine. January 14th. Okay, and that's the same time the book version comes out. Yeah, they're coming out at the same time. Now I know. But once again, everyone, thanks for joining in. Appreciate it. Time to start getting the rest of my day running here. Time's wasting. Like I said, I got work this weekend. Hopefully they didn't break the furnace again. So that's what I spent all day yesterday doing, was getting the furnace and the generator back up moving. So remember, rest, nutrition, proper exercise, have fun. This is part of the have fun process. Stay active, stay alert, and you will live a healthier and happier life. Bink says goodbye. Yeah, I think I'm going to use a torch to burn in the grain and then probably do a stain. And linseed oil would be just to treat the wood from time to time. Cheerio. Remember, buy me a protein shake.